Did you know that your gut microbiome could be the secret culprit behind stubborn weight gain during perimenopause? When I got my gut test back, I was shocked to find out that my firmicutes to Bacteroides ratio was off the charts. What does this mean and how does it impact your weight? Let's dive in. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Renee, and I help women balance their hormones naturally and rewire their brain for better health. And before we get into it, if you enjoy what you learn in today's video, don't forget to subscribe. And I'd really appreciate a thumbs up so I know you resonated with the content. And make sure you hit that little bell icon to stay updated with my latest content. Okay, so now let's get into it. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria. And two of the most important groups are firmicutes and bacteroides, which make up about 90% of your gut microbiome. These microbes play a critical role in how your body processes nutrients and stores fat. The balance between these two groups is known as the F to B ratio, and this can significantly impact your weight, especially during perimenopause. Now, studies in mice on this F to B ratio and obesity date back to 2005. And studies in humans have also been conducted, but with conflicting results, depending on the population studied, their age, their gender, as well as environmental and genetic factors. Despite this, the majority of studies support the claim that firmicutes have a better capacity to ferment and metabolize or break down carbohydrates and fats, and thus can contribute to the development of obesity. Therefore, firmicutes are often associated with higher absorption of fat, while bacteroides are not. So an elevated F to B ratio like the one I have means that there are more firmicutes around, which could lead to increased fat storage and a higher risk of obesity. Now, I've always been conscious of my health, but lately the scale hasn't been reflecting my efforts. Like many women in perimenopause, I've been struggling with weight gain. And it turns out my gut health might be playing a big role. Now, I'm not simplifying this to say that my weight gain is due to this one thing, but it might be a big part of the perimenopausal puzzle. So when I got my GI test back, I discovered again that my F to B ratio was elevated, which put me at risk for obesity. This made me realize that it's not just about diet and exercise, but also what's happening in my gut that is just as important to not only my weight, but my overall health. So let's recap one more time. How do these bacteria affect your weight? Firmicutes are more efficient at extracting energy from food. And I know this sounds like a good thing, but this also means that it can contribute to fat storage, especially when you're consuming a typical Western diet, high in processed foods and high in fat. On the other hand, we have bacteroides, which are not as efficient at extracting energy from food, which means that they have been linked to leaner body masses and are more prevalent in people who eat diets that are high in fiber, fruits, and veggies. A higher ratio of bacteroides to firmicutes is often found in lean people. Now, I'm not sure why my ratio is so off, since I do try to focus on eating mainly a whole food diet, but the evidence is in the stool sample. And I have to admit, I was probably eating more processed foods leading up to the test last December. So now it's time for me to lock in and do something about it. So, how will I personally change up my diet and lifestyle to tip the scales in favor of bacteroides? So, a few of the strategies that I will be implementing include number one, increasing my consumption of high fiber foods. These include cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. I'll also be consuming fruits that are higher in fiber, including apples, berries, and pears. I will also be more mindful of incorporating grains that are higher in fiber, like brown rice, oats, and quinoa, all of which will support bacteroides. I'll be more mindful of incorporating lentils, chickpeas, and beans, which are, again, excellent sources of fiber and will promote a healthier F to B ratio. Now, I already love fermented foods, so I'll be sure to be getting in my probiotic-rich foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kombucha, and kimchi. Again, they all contain beneficial bacteria that not only support my overall gut health, but help to balance out that F to B ratio. And of course, I need to also focus on prebiotic rich foods like garlic, onion, leeks, asparagus, and even bananas. They're going to help feed the good gut bacteria, including Bacteroides in my gut. And let's not forget about the foods that are high in polyphenols, like blueberries, walnuts, and flax seeds. They're going to help nourish the beneficial gut bacteria. Now, I don't love green tea, but I'm going to be mindful to drink more of it. And of course, eat my dark chocolate because both are rich in polyphenols, which again have been shown to promote Bacteroides. And then I'm also going to be mindful of incorporating foods that are high in omega 3 fatty acids like salmon, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. They're not only going to help reduce inflammation, but again, support a balanced overall gut microbiome. Now, I'm all about moderation, but while I'm healing my gut, I'm going to be a lot more mindful about cutting down on processed foods and sugars, which again can feed firmicutes, which will further lead to my unfavorable F to B ratio. I'm going to focus and lock in on those whole unprocessed foods as much as possible. Diets high in animal fats have been associated with a higher ratio of firmicutes, so I'll be moderating my intake as I try to balance out my gut. And there are certain probiotics that have the potential to reduce the F to B ratio and obesity. And these include bacteria in the species Lactobacillus and Bacillus and yeast from the genus Saccharomyces. And some studies suggest that intermittent fasting may help improve your overall gut microbiome balance. Now, these changes aren't just about weight. They can help improve your overall gut health, reduce inflammation, and boost your energy levels. So, if you're experiencing unwanted gut symptoms like gas or bloating, or if you're just curious about your own gut health and whether your F to B ratio could be affecting your weight, I can help. As a functional medicine doc and an online health coach, I offer comprehensive stool testing and personalized interpretations. Together, we can create a plan to rebalance your gut and help you reach your health goals. Just click on the link in the description to check out the functional lab test that I am currently offering. Let's start your journey to better gut health and overall health today. And with that, we'll see you right back here next week. Ciao.